Merry Meet and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch for a general reading for all signs. For today, the 8th of August, 2023. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Heather, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Chad. Thank you so much, Heather. Thank you so much, Chad, and thank you to everybody for joining us today. Oh, don't forget, if you're watching on a restream on YouTube and you don't want to watch me shuffle, you can use the timestamp right in the video to skip to the reading. I'm reading with the Ancient Italian Tarot today. Let's purify with this Vervain by Panier des Sens. 3 sprays in this big room is more than sufficient. Much nicer for me than burning sage. You can find information about both of these products in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. Like I said, this is a general reading and it's for everybody, so it goes out to a lot of people. So if for some reason it doesn't seem to make sense to you or apply to you, disregard it because it's probably not meant for you in that case. It never pays to force things. If that's the case, check out the zodiacal readings for your own individual sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, and all of those are available very easily to find on my website, ariels-corner.com, Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com. Just click on the free tarot readings link right in the main menu. On your screen, you'll see some URLs. One is for our shop, where we make a small commission off of each and every sale. Another one is for our PayPal portal, should you want to give us a donation. And the other one is to our website, where you can find all of our offerings, and everything that we offer at Ariel's Corner is free of charge, so enjoy yourself. If you would like to give a donation and you don't feel like going on to PayPal and you happen to be on YouTube, you could use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks. Now, if you are on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you are on Twitch, please make sure that you follow us on Twitch, and you can watch on Twitch without any ads simply by subscribing to us there. We so appreciate you being here. I'm going to shuffle this up about 2 more times, give it a nice clean cut, and we'll see what's going on with everybody today. Just as a reminder, I don't read with card reversals, so everything in my spread is going to be with those cards facing right side up. Here we go. Let's get on with the show, Ariel. Here we go. Let's take a look. We start off with a Queen of Coins. That's come up a lot lately. Beautiful 4 of Swords. And I love this Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is the assistance that the universe is always offering you. And sometimes that assistance is obvious and sometimes it's not. Sometimes the reason why it's not obvious is because we're not aware of it. We're not ready for it. We're not asking for it. And so it's sort of just there in potential. But don't let it be there in potential. You've got all the help you need, no matter what's going on. A lot of times this help will just come in the form of intuitive impulses and guidance, but sometimes you'll just get like something out of the blue. Just some assistance will come to you in all kinds of weird forms. Sometimes, maybe a check or something will come. You never know how that assistance will come. But like anything from infinite intelligence, it doesn't come uninvited, because uninvited assistance is technically called an attack, even if it doesn't feel like an attack, because of your free will. So if you're not asking for help, if you're not in charge of that by giving permission and asking, everything is just sitting there waiting for you, because you can't expect infinite intelligence just to force feed you. You have to ask for it. But it's there for you today, so ask for it. It looks like today's a day of saying no to conflict and disengaging with it. Let other people have their conflict if they want it. You don't have to, this is the thing about this 4 of Swords. Sometimes it's easy enough to pull ourselves away from conflict and just say no, but it can be more challenging when we want to play the peacemaker and we want to, help other people resolve their conflict. Sometimes you got to let that go too. Sometimes you just got to let them duke it out, and it's really not up to you to make sure that there's peace in the realm. So just pull yourself back from all of it. Today's not the day to get mixed up in the soup there. Just let people do what they do. And it's really nothing to do with you. Your goal today is to find peace and relaxation, even though there may be chaos in other relationships around you. Now, if indeed somebody's trying to, or you're inclined to get into it with somebody today, sometimes that is appropriate. I'm not one of those people that says, no conflict ever, be conflict free at all costs. Sometimes that's not the most peaceful way of being. Sometimes that's not the most loving response. Sometimes you got to get in there and duke it out if necessary. But today's not one of those days. Today's one of those days that is a I'm not playing day. Okay. Now, that's going to give you a lot more freedom. And this is interesting. This is so up for me today, and I maybe this is only for me, but it's going to give you a lot more freedom to nurture the financial or whatever else in regards to prosperous assets that are in your midst today, to really nurture them, to really do something about them. And today's a day to really get involved with something that is, or maybe more than one thing, that is really going to help you increase your net worth, or increase even your net worth of physical health, whatever is an important part of your physical assets today. For most people, it's finances. For most people, it's money. That's why she's holding a coin. But it can be any kind of physical asset. Today's the day to really allow yourself to be involved in all of the activities that help those things grow and flourish. And being involved with the conflict is a big waste of time, because there's a lot of leeway that you can be making today in regards to growing those assets. And like I said, if you're not involved with all of the conflict today, if you're just disengaging from that leaves you so open and available to this help that's waiting for you. So call on it. Anytime you don't know what to do, anytime you feel like you don't have the resources for something, whatever it is, just ask. Just ask for it. Please help me. Don't start getting into directing the form of the help. That's not usually wise. So, to tell infinite intelligence, now I need this and this and this and this, and make sure that it's green, and make sure that this comes by 5. You don't do that. But just say, I don't know what to do in this situation. Please send help. That leaves you open to infinite intelligence being able to help you in the way that's really, really good for you today. The star, the ace of coins, and more intuition with this 8 of cups. Intuition off the charts today. It's very important that you follow your gut. I had my gut tell me no about 6 times yesterday with various things, and I'm so glad I listened. I'm so glad I listened, and I'm going to continue doing that today. I'm going to heed the advice of this reading, that today my gut knows better than my head. Right? And it's not one of those, you've got to understand the difference between intuition and old fears, right? Sometimes they can seem similar, but you learn the difference. If your gut says yes, no, versus I'm just afraid because based on, unresolved fears and things like that. Sometimes we just have anxiety inside of our abdominal region, and we mistake that for intuition. It's not an anxious feeling. It's a feeling of communication, and you learn how to listen to your gut and say, when your gut says yes, go for it, or your gut says stop doing that, right? And today is a gut day. Yay, gut. Okay, so we've got this ace of coins, and this ace of coins is saying all that nurturing that we were talking about with your assets, it's going to be very apparent today that things are manifesting. Maybe not fully formed. Don't expect it to come straight out of Zeus's head like Athena today. It may not be that because it's an ace, but the ace, even though sometimes it can start out kind of small and simple, the ace always represents massive power in whatever suit it is in. And that for you, for most of us today, is financial. So whatever those little kind of indicators are today that you've been nurturing and things have been working out little by little, you're going to see a definite indicator that today is really an opener for you. And I think that this has been a long time in the coming for several of you, because this star card here says that many people's financial problems that they have been experiencing have nothing to do with money. That's just the symptom. That's just the way that the problem has sort of like, manifest itself. Sort of like sometimes a sty means that there's a liver problem. It has nothing really to do with your eye. Financial problems sometimes don't have anything to do with money. So it's saying that some of you have been really forgiving, have really been finding and giving grace. And when you can find and forgive the grace, what happens is it undoes the issue. It undoes the problem. It unties you from the problem, because the conflict or the grievance or whatever it is that has been causing these symptoms, it has been released, has been relieved, has been completely solved. So and you can do this still. You can do this retroactively. If you haven't been engaged in a lot of forgiveness to yourself and to other people, today's a really good day to catch up on that, because it's going to have a very clear impact on your finances, especially those of you who are trying to get out of debt. Now, it's not only for you, but it's especially for you. For those of you that have been trying to get out of debt and it's just been seeming like this uphill battle and you just can't seem to get out of debt, the more forgiveness you can find for whatever the resentments are in your past, the easier it's going to be for you to find relief in debt. Forgive us our debts as we have forgiven our debtors. It's a formula. And the debt can be any kind of debt, of course. It can be a karmic debt. It can be any kind of debt. But it does also include financial debt. So the more you can find grace, the more you can receive grace, the easier of a time you're going to have of relieving that debt, or whatever other financial sticking points that you've been going through. You might want to, if you have time today, listen to that meditation based on the star card that I have on my main tarot channel, and it's called Receiving the Divine Grace of the Star Goddess. What the divine grace of the Star Goddess, she is Shekinah in angel magic. She is the goddess in neo-paganism. She is the Holy Spirit in Christianity. I mean, she's totally non-denominational. She's not swayed by religion. She didn't care. She really couldn't care less. She is so not picky what you call her. What she is, though, is the embodiment of grace, the embodiment of, think of the love of a mother for their child, right? Now think of the perfect mother loving their child. The perfect mother loving her child means that no matter what has happened, she won't stop loving you, and her love doesn't alter at all. So receive that love. That's what she's pouring in here. She's pouring all of that love right into your deep mind, and it literally, I mean, in a very real sense, unties you from the past. It unplugs you from those problems. And as you get unplugged and untied from those problems, all those manifestations stop happening. Just like, if you stop irritating your skin, you stop getting you stop getting the skin reactions, right? If you get out of the ragweed, you stop sneezing, right? So once you start getting rid of those resentments and those grievances, these financial issues that have been sort of something that you've been making headway on, but maybe hitting up brick walls every so often, those just start to move forward in amazing, miraculous ways. So really quick recap, keep the disengagement from the conflict, both with yourself and not getting into it with other people. Listen to your gut. Keep doing what you're doing as far as nurturing those finances, and don't stop that forgiveness process, because that is what is untying you from the problems anyway, and getting you, for those of you that are in debt, getting you out of debt, and for those of you that it's not so much debt, getting you into that next phase of where you're supposed to be, because infinite intelligence wants you happy, and that includes prosperity, right? So you're doing great. Today's a wonderful day. follow that intuition. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here today, and thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Heather and Chad, and we will see you tomorrow for another general reading. Blessed be.